Okay, just bear with us a couple more minutes. We want to see if we can get a few more people on, and we'll get going soon. All right, well, we're going to get started. I don't know how you found the link, but I'm glad you did. My name's Michael Grove. I'm from Oneonta Web Design. Basically, we're going to go through a couple things to help you get your small business online and get your business out there more. Bear with me. This is my first webinar doing it myself, and we're also testing out this new thing with YouTube Live. So bear with me to see if we can get through this without any problems. The first thing I'm going to do is go through a couple information slides for you so you can get a few ideas as to what some of these terms are that we're going to be talking about. So obviously this is basic SEO. SEO is something that you can do a little bit of it, you can do a lot. It depends on how much your business needs to get out there. So we're going to go through a few things. So what is SEO and why should you care? SEO stands for search engine optimization. Basically, it's the work that you do to get your website, your brand, your business out there to the search engines to where they're displaying it for people who are viewing you or looking for your products, looking for your services, looking for whatever it is your business does. So basically, SEO is making it so your business, your website, your Facebook, whatever your platform you're using gets out there better and shows more results for you. As a small business owner, you really should care. I mean, a lot of businesses are still, print advertisement, TV ads, radio ads, things like that. But we're really in a digital age where cell phones and computers really are the best way to market to people. Everybody's looking at some sort of device nowadays. And if you really want your business to go out there, you need to have your website, your Facebook, everything optimized to be best for your business. So obviously, this is done by Oneonta Web Design. We're doing this no charge. We do SEO services if you decide that you can't do it or you don't want to do it. But we do want to help other businesses succeed. So we're going to give you guys some tips to get out there more. So digital marketing. There's all kinds of ways to market online. Basically, you have SEO, which is search engine optimization. You have online ads, pay per click, cost per, basically, these are like Google ads, Facebook ads, email marketing. So where you're collecting email addresses for your clients, and you're marketing through that. And then you have social media like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, all different types of social media. You have conversion optimization. So you can set up forms on your website. You can set up landing pages that, appeal to what somebody's looking for. And that way you can get a better turnover rate as to getting somebody in your store or buying something on your website. So there's ways to do that too, which we offer as well. Search engine optimization. The efforts revolving around trying to get a site page to show up or increase rank within a search engine results page, or SERP. So that's what SERP stands for, search engine results page. Basically, Google, Bing, all these search engines are hit with hundreds of thousands of sites every day. And you really need to market your site out there to the search engine. You have to sell your site, your Facebook page, your business to the search engines to get them to recognize you and make it so that they will provide your links to customers. So if someone's looking for a restaurant in Oneonta, and they put that in, the companies that are working the hardest to get their website out there are probably going to show up first. And that's really the best option, is to show up first, because people don't like to go through 3, 4, 5 different pages of search results to find something they're looking for. So really, you just need to work on it. It's something that you can do a little bit, like I said, or you can do a lot. You can work at it all day long. You can work at it for 15 minutes a day. But the effort that you put into it is going to show in the results. So this is a SERP. This is a search engine result page. So when you search Google, for instance, we did blue machine screw, you're going to show up with a couple different things. You're going to have ads over here. These are the pay-per-click ads through Google. They usually cost anywhere from a couple cents to several dollars a click. And then you have images. If any images are related, they'll show up here. Sorry, this is the shop. Images are down here. And then you'll have listings based on what Google finds. So really what you need to do is you need to be able to find a way to get your business listed in these top few listings, because people that are looking for stuff, this is where they're looking. So as I said, this is the shopping area. A lot of small businesses won't have their items listed on stuff like this because they're not listing a lot of their products online right now. And then you have your images. Anything related to your business that's on your website, on your Facebook page, they're potentially going to show up if they're optimized. They're going to show up in the images things when people search for your thing. And then these are your search results. So these are the first 4. Generally, you get about between 3 and 5 showing up on the screen, depending on the user's screen. And it helps to be right at the top. Usually when you're searching, you look at the first couple and you choose from there, and that's what most people do. So it helps to get your business right up here. So that's why it's really important. So the difference between SEO and pay-per-click, which is PPC, is pay-per-click is going to show up more because obviously the search engines are being paid to get those ads out there versus the search results. So they're going to put them in front of people a little bit better. Now, the ads aren't anything that's going to stick around. As soon as you stop paying for those ads, they're going to disappear. They're not really going to help your SEO any in the long run. They're really just there to get an extra boost or to get your business out there if you're starting a new website or something like that. So they're not going to help long term with your business, and they can get quite expensive. They can be several $100s a month, and you may or may not see any really anything to help with it. Oh yeah, here's the ads. Sometimes they're on top. Most of the time they're on the side, depending on what your search engine, what you're looking for, stuff like that. And then this is the SEO. This is the search engine results. So let's tear it down to SEO. So this time here is the title. On your website or on Facebook, whatever you're doing, there's always a title to the page so that people kind of get an idea of what that page is for. The title for a website, if you have your own website, you can usually go in and set this so it can be optimized for your use. So as I said, here's the title. Here's the URL. This will show your website name or Facebook or whatever the URL is. And then this is a description. This is what's called a meta description. Basically, on your website, you'll have the option. You can go in and set a meta description. So it's allowing you to put in keywords, phrases that people will search for, things that will help your business show up better in the search results. Now, obviously, there's a ton of different search engines out there. The two biggest are Bing and Google. Personally, I use Google for everything. We use Google Apps. We use Google OneDrive or Google Drive. We use Google for everything. Bing is still out there. Bing is still popular with a lot of people, but Google, it really is number one. In the chat box there on the screen, type in who you guys use. It'd be interesting to see if there's anybody that does use Bing over Google. Personally, like I said, we all use Google. Okay, so in SEO, there's a couple of different things that kind of rank on how the search engines are going to pull. So this is a chart. There's different things. There's the code in your site can help with SEO, as well as the content on your site. So the wording, the pictures, all that stuff, as well as links and shares on social media. So let's go into this a little bit deeper. Like I said, the code is something that does help. It doesn't help as much recently, but it still does help to get in there and get your coding correct. So here are some things that help with search engines results. So one of the big things is Google doesn't like tables. So if you have tables in your site, get rid of them. They're not going to help you. Another thing is your code has to be fast. Your website has to be fast. If Google thinks your site is slow, they're going to push you down. They're going to penalize you for that. And then as far as just making sure all the code is correctly done and it's in the proper order, because Google, again, will penalize you for that. And then here's some specific code that will help your business. So meta keywords. Meta keywords are keywords, restaurant, pizza, things like that, that you put into the description of your site. And they help Google pull kind of what your site's about. There's some controversy lately as to whether Google still uses keywords to rank a site. I definitely think they do. It's not as important as some other factors, but keywords are still very important in a site. And then the title. Again, when people are searching, say, pet adoption, they're going to look at the title first. Some people don't even read the description down here. They're going to look at the title to see what this site is about, what this page is about, and make sure it's something that's related to them. So the title is very important that you get that the way you want it set up, professionally viewed. And then there's what's called the meta description. Again, this is a lot like the meta keywords. It's just a description about your page, a description about your website that helps people learn a little bit more before they click. That way they know what they're going into a little bit better. So the next thing is content. Okay, so user terms versus marketing terms. Basically, a lot of marketers will have kind of technical terms they like to use, versus the difference between user terms. If somebody is looking for a restaurant in Oneonta, they're going to put in, restaurant Oneonta or pizza place Oneonta. They're not going to put in technical terms to try to find something. So really what you need to do is make sure it's wording that a customer would use when you're putting this stuff into your content into your website. You're not over trying to sell your website. The reason for that, sorry, the reason for that is people are going to know that you're just trying to get your website pushed out there, and it's like a unconscious thing. They just automatically kind of click it out, and they deem that site is not something they want to deal with. That company, somebody they're not going to want to deal with. And Google actually does this artificially as well. They go through and they check the wording on your site to make sure it's something that's going to be user friendly. So to me, to make sure you're not pushing your keywords out too much. Well, keywords do help. Obviously, if you're a pizza place in Oneonta, you're going to put in pizza, that you do pizza. You're going to put in that you do garlic knots or whatever different things you do, and put in restaurant and put in Oneonta into the description of your site. But you're not going to want to put it 30 times because it's really not going to help you. It's actually going to hurt your overall SEO. Title of page, really you want to have it something that's simple. Ours is web design and development in Oneonta, New York. That's something that gets our keywords out there, but isn't pushing it too far, isn't too long, isn't something that is going to make people turn away, but gives them enough information to know what your site's about. All right. So this is what's considered on-page royalty. So these are some things that help Google know what your page is about. The title tag here is a tag that kind of tells Google this is what the page is about. This is what you should show on the results for our title. This way that people know what's going on, who you are, what you do. That's going to help. And then the URL, oops, is going to help people know, obviously your website name. I go through search results a ton every day. Well, it's part of my job, one, but I just search everything on the internet. So I may not click a link, but I might remember their website just because it's something that just happen to see and think, oh, I'll go back to that later. And I might type it in. So make sure your URL is on there somewhere. And the H1 is what's called a header tag. It's the biggest header. And it really is what is the biggest thing on content that Google is going to get on there and search. Basically, they're going to get on and, oops, sorry, I keep clicking that. They're going to use that as a lot of your keywords. And it's one of the biggest things that Google looks for as far as content. Some other important things on your page. Again, these H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 headers, they're all, again, headers. They're just going smaller in size the bigger this number goes. As the smaller they get, the less important Google thinks they are. Another thing is when you're naming your pictures, this image file here, this is actually for if you're putting a picture into your website. If you're using a website thing, you won't see a lot of this code. A lot of them don't even let you get to the code, but they usually let you have a keyword or an alternate ID in your picture. This way, if your picture doesn't load, people can still know what's going on with that picture, what that picture is. But Google also uses the keywords in your images as keywords and helps your business with the results. And these are some other things that you can do. These LI is a list. So you can sit there and list a couple of the items that you sell or a couple of the items you make or services in a list form with bulletin points, kind of like we have here. This way you have those keywords. They're not something that are overwhelming. You're just throwing them out there to the person, to the people, but you still have them in a neat, orderly fashion. Google thinks that's important as well. And then a couple of other things that a lot of people don't realize, but this B tag here, this is actually boldens. So if you're putting in that you're a pizza restaurant in Oneonta and you bolden the word pizza, Google's going to see that over everything else. So they're going to see bolden, strong, which is pretty close to bold, italic. They're going to see this stick out as keywords that they want to pull from your site to make it into the doing. So if someone's looking for an Italian restaurant and they're looking for pizza, well, they might pull up your pizza place, or they might reverse as a steak place. That's how they kind of decipher which site they should point to where. And the other thing is links or social media. This is one of the biggest things right now that you can do. This helps out with your business, and it really is one of the best things you can do for easy SEO solutions. A lot of what you're going to find with links or social media is every time you post on social media for your business, you should put your website link there, because it's going to send Google, Bing, whatever search engine you use, it's going to send them this message that this Facebook and this website are important to each other. And it's going to help build your website, because you're getting what's known as authoritative links from a website that is popular. So, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, Twitter, they're all very popular sites. They're all very well known. So they're going to help your business get on the search engines better. So the more you share your website, the more people like your comments, the more people comment on your stuff, the more followers you have, more mentions or retweets or links that you have, the better your business is going to get out there. Even if you're just getting a couple likes here and there, it's going to be better than nothing at all. Some business owners still don't want to be on social media. They view it as something they don't need, something that's not important to the business. But nowadays, it truly is. Again, Facebook is another search engine. So if you go on Facebook and you're looking for a local place, you can find it on Facebook just as easily as you find it on Google. But you also have the ability to interact with people on Facebook or Twitter or Pinterest. You have the ability to show people what you do for a living, what makes you better than the other businesses in the area, and just help yourself out. A mention or a follow from an influencer will do more than a mention or follow from me. So if you're going around liking your own post and you're the only one that's doing it, it's not going to help you as much, because it's from yourself. Google sees that link as the owner type thing, so it's not going to help. But somebody who's out there and is got a lot of followers, they're or follow, or another business mentions or follows, and they're huge, it's going to help your business get out there more. So SEO does have its place among other things. Whether it be word of mouth, links, social media, email marketing, ads, or just paper advertisements, flyers, business cards, whatever. Social media or SEO is one of those things that a lot of businesses lack or forget to do, or don't know how to do, or don't know where to go to get it done. But it does help the businesses succeed. So if you have any questions, I invite you to put them into the box. If you're just joining us, you can always start the video over and see what we just kind of reviewed as far as the terms and information that we had. But if you have any questions, there is a chat box on the site. Let me actually pull it up so you can see where the chat box is. This is, again, something new that we're doing. We have never done any of this. So just bear with me a second. Oops. Helps if I copy the right link. So if you come onto the page, which you're already actually on, let me just mute myself. I don't want to hear myself talk. And right over, well, I'm not signed in, but right over here, there'll actually be a chat box. If you're signed into your YouTube, you'll see it over there. And you'll be able to chat right from there and ask any questions you may have, and I'll be glad to help you answer them. So I don't know if anybody sees this chat box over here on the side. Go back to it. Over here on the side, there'll be a chat box for you. Oh, I don't want to hear myself talk. To enter your question in here. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Anything from simple little questions. What is SEO? How can I use SEO for my page? Whatever it is that you have questions about, I'll be happy to answer. See, we have a few more people joining us. So again, there's a chat box here. If you have any questions, you want to know more about how to get SEO out and how to do SEO and how to make it useful for your business, how to get your business out there further, there should be a chat box over here on the side for you. Let me actually open up my other screen here because all right, so yeah, there's a chat box right here. You can type your questions into so you can ask some stuff. Pause the video because it's just going to keep messing up with that. So any of the new visitors have any questions, you can type them in here. If anybody has any questions, I'd like to learn more about SEO, you can type them in the chat box over on the side here. This way you can get some answers. Would be more than happy to answer any questions you have about SEO, what you can do to reach out there, what kind of directories you should list in. All right, so we do have one here. Joe Damone. I'm a photographer located in Andes, New York. I'm interested in getting some SEO help. Okay, Joe, what kind of help are you looking for? Do you currently have a website up? Okay, so you're using AdWords for pay-per-click. Those are good to get out there right away, but it's not really SEO. It's not. As soon as you stop paying for those AdWords, they're going to disappear. They're not going to help you in the long run. So getting a website with proper SEO done is going to help you in the long run. It's going to be cheaper. Let me just pull something up real quick. Okay, so here's Joe's website. It's a very nice website, actually. A lot of businesses in the area don't have, some great sites, but this one's pretty nice. So basically, a lot of the coding, depending on who you're using for your SEO, you may or may not get the option to be able to get in and get to your SEO settings. Actually, look at what's on your page. A big thing that I see right away with your page is you have a lot of pictures, which obviously for a photographer, that's not a bad thing, but you don't really have any content on your site. Here, but you don't have any words for the search engine to pull from. So pull your links, but that's about it. It's not going to find any content that you're going to be able to get out there, get your site out there more. So your site's going to it's not going to get, because there's not wording on there. Google can't pull words from pictures, so they don't know exactly what your picture's about. They may see a picture on here, but they're just going to know it's a picture. They're not going to know that it's a picture of a couple that you took a picture of. Just needed to get more words on your site. That's one of the biggest things I see with yours, so that people know what your site's about. Other thing that I haven't covered, and let me just kind of show this to you so you can see it as well. Just a second. The thing that Google is going to look at is, I'm viewing this like if it's a Galaxy S5. Let me pull up in like a 6 Plus. So this is the size. This site's not mobile friendly, which is actually a big thing with Google right now, is to make sure websites are mobile friendly. And that's also going to get penalized as well, just because Google is looking for mobile friendly sites. They want to know that if somebody's going to visit on their phone, their tablet, their TV, whatever they're visiting from, that it's going to view correctly for that user. And they're very big about it's viewing properly. This is a very beautiful site. It just needs a couple things to help your SEO. One of the biggest things is mobile friendly. If I'm on a phone, this is actually a little bit bigger than the phone would be, just a little bit bigger because I have a bigger screen. If I'm on a phone, this isn't going to work very well for my fingers. It's going to be very hard to click, and Google is going to recognize that that's going to be an issue, and they're going to penalize your site. Another thing is there, again, like I said, there's no real content on here. There's pictures. Well, let me actually pull it open on my cell phone. Let me see. Sometimes it doesn't work, but just a second. Okay, so I stand corrected a little bit. It loads what's called a subdomain mobile website. So it does load a mobile website on here that goes to free.smallfolio.com. So it does show mobile friendly on there, but it's not on your actual domain. So it's when Google tries to pull it open just the same way I do, they use the same technology that I am. I'm using Google Chrome. They're going to pull it open like this, and they're going to see that this isn't mobile friendly. Directing to a Google or this site that they have on here. I can't guarantee that Google will or will not penalize the site for not being mobile friendly. They may pass along to this mobile friendly site. So um, whether or not that will be penalized or not. But another thing is, really, you do need content on here. You also don't really, you have the like thing, but you don't really have a bunch of different uh, video or social media types. Let me actually look into your SEO settings right now. So you have a ton of keywords in here. That's going to help. So I see all kinds of keywords. So if you look over here, these are all the keywords for your site. You know, you have keywords for everything. You have your description in here. And let's see if you have a title. Oh, right there's your title. Okay, and your title's not, super long. That's another thing is, I mean, as far as your on-page SEO, the biggest thing that's gonna help you is getting the content. I mean, every page I go to, there's just pictures. There's no words, and that's really what Google is going to look for. You just need. Oh, you have this one, but this is the reviews. So you really need on every page. You need to kind of version what that page is about. Let Google know what you're doing, what your page is about. Get more information for Google to kind of pull. Yeah, I think that title's fine. I mean, the title is really the real big thing about is where the title is really what people are going to be searching. So if you're looking to have people search for Catskill Mountain wedding photographer, or a photographer in the Catskill Mountains or Catskill area, that'll be fine. If you're looking, your description actually has a lot of the stuff. Let me pull that open again. It doesn't have, so that's again going to help. So yeah, your description, shows that you're in Andes, New York, Delaware County, near Roxbury, Margaretville, Delhi. So this all looks actually great. This is, what you need for that. Give me just a minute. I'm just going to take a look at a couple things. Okay, so another thing I noticed that you can also do for your site, you're posting on your Facebook page. I have your Facebook page open. When you're posting on your Facebook page, post your link on the bottom. Make sure you upload your photos first. You add your photos to the post first, but put your link on there. That's going to show Google that your page and your Facebook page are really connected, and they're going to pull more data from both to help bring your SEO out, to help your information get out there more, because Facebook is what's called an influencer site. It's something that's very popular, and it's going to help your business, or if you can pull more information from Facebook. So every time you post, put your website on there. That just helps with Google saying, hey, this website really is linked to this Facebook page. This Facebook page is popular. People go to it. And then that also brings people to your site to let them see your pictures on your site as well. If you have people clicking on the links to your site, it's going to tell Google that your site's something that's, and it's going to help you out. Yeah. So time you post, let me open your Facebook. Okay, so when you do a post, sorry, let's try this again. Okay, so when you do a post, you do a post with your wording and your hashtags, all that stuff, which is all great. But also do a link right at the bottom. So after you're done with this, hold Shift, hit Enter, and type in your Facebook or your website URL. Just your site. So when you do a post, let me actually pull up my site so I can kind of show you what I mean. Helps if I do what I'm supposed to do. So if I'm going to post something on here, I put my content on, and then I shift down and I just add my oneontawebdesign.com at the bottom. And when I do that, it puts a link there that Google can kind of say, hey, these things are there. I understand that a lot of the pictures that you post on Facebook aren't on your site, but it still helps pull people to your site. Every time somebody goes to your Facebook, every time somebody goes to your site, it helps tell Google that content's important to people, and that's going to help your SEO. Google cares about what's important. So it's not going to care about some site that just gets no visitors. So really, yeah, one of the big places, it's free. It doesn't, cost anything to get on there. You can customize it. You can post away, do all that stuff. However, if nobody's going on your site's not going to show up on search results, and it's not going to be as easy to get out there. As far as Facebook, you can't do a lot of meta tags. You can't do a lot of that stuff. So you can do a little bit to get your page out there, but without a website that's being viewed, that's being clicked on, being searched for, tweeted, being posted, Google's just not going to see it as well as another site. I know people that their website every day, they have a blog as part of their website. When they post it to their Facebook, which is something we actually set up for a lot of our clients. So that way you're posting to your site, you're posting to your Facebook. That's double the links that you're getting out there, and it's showing Google that your site's important, that your content's important, and it's what people are going to want to look for. I apologize. I think this is a little bit delayed, so you may be hearing this a minute or two after. Um, it's live, but it's not something that hashtag thing works. Basically, hashtags are something that are searchable. So, for instance, let me pull open yours again. Okay, so hashtags are something that people kind of look for. I understand. I feel. I mean, I'm not real old. I'm not older. I'm still pretty young. So, but I definitely feel for you. I things that people come up with, and I'm like, what is that? Um, but hashtags are something that you can search. They're kind of like a keyword in a way. And you search in your search bar or photography, hashtags are something that's going to help bring that out. You can also click it. So you can see, say, for instance, you did Willow Dray Farm. You can see anybody else who does that hashtag, and it can bring all kinds of stuff. I sit here on Facebook a lot and go through all kinds of different hashtags. Sorry, didn't mean to do that. Um, um, I find all kinds of cool new things that for just because somebody put a hashtag in there. They're um, that allow allow also people to click through and makes it so much easier if someone can just click a hashtag and search for something. Um, and let's be real, people getting lazy nowadays. They don't want to sit there and type what they're looking for. So if they see a hashtag that looks interesting, they're going to click it and they're going to come up with all these different results as to who else is using that hashtag. And it's really kind of like a keyword option on search engine on a type, so they can just click. So hashtags do help. Personally, I don't use them a lot. Help find similar interested people. So if you're looking for Casco weddings, for instance, thing that was tagged with that. So for me, the first thing I'm going to see is anything that's actually kind of new that I viewed before. So it's going to pull up something that I've viewed before, but then it's going to start pulling up kind of similar things. So it pulls up all kinds of different things related to it. So say somebody's looking for a Catskill wedding and they happen to find your page and see that. Well, now they see Turquoise Barn and they see, oh, well, they do, they're a venue. Or if they find Turquoise Barn and then they're looking through their stuff and they click that, they might find you from there. So it's a way to discover new things. I know this video is a little delayed, so I'm sorry if somebody's typing or anything like that. I'm just wondering if anybody has any questions. You can pull open the chat thing over here, all the comments, and you can see, things we were talking. People have already asked, but you can type in any questions you may have, and I'll be happy to answer them for you. I'm gonna pause this video because I don't want to watch it again. Any more if you let's see if I hashtag on Facebook new things. Really, the hashtags do only come up on Facebook if you hashtag on Facebook. You are, like I said, discover new things. So, but they're not going to show up in search results. They're not going to show up on Google. They're not going to show up on a lot of things outside of Facebook. If you link your Facebook and your Twitter, go up there because they're linked. But yeah, any hashtag on Facebook will show up on Facebook. But yeah, if thing and does help you get out there more. It helps bring people to your content. The more views, the more likes, the more comments, the more shares, everything that the more that both Facebook, since Facebook is a search engine in its own, that it's popular and they'll post it out there for you better. The more popular something is considered, the more important it is to a search engine and the better it will show up in results. How do I feel about paid advertising on Facebook? Personally, I'm not a big fan of paid advertising, period. Um, I feel that if you can do something, if you can do a little work to get your the proper SEO out, and the paid advertising isn't real helpful. However, if you're doing an event, you're doing some sort of special, something that's paid advertising does help. Because it's paid, it gets out there faster. SEO does take time to do. SEO takes time to show results. However, just because it's paid, they're willing to push it out there faster, better. Um, that's time sensitive. Say you're offering some sort of deal, or you have an event coming up, or something like that. If probably a month or two, I would say paid advertising is going to help out faster than SEO does. But in the long run, AdWords, it's like any other paid service that you go out and pay for ads or whatever. In the long run, it doesn't help your SEO. It doesn't help on search engine results. It only shows up as long as you're paying for it. So if anybody does have any questions, over here on the side there is a chat box. You can ask any questions that you may have. That way you can get some answers, and it's no charge for this. Yeah, Joe, we would be happy to help you get your SEO up. It's one of the services we do offer. We'd be happy to help you, work on your SEO, get your content up there. Who do you use for your website, if I may ask? Squarespace site. But yeah, definitely we can help you get your SEO out there. Um, and once you big folio, okay. Yeah, once we get your SEO built up, once you get it built up, it's a advantage. Um, Starting out is the biggest thing. It does it takes a lot of work to get it out there. But if you want to give us a call on Monday, we can think to see where you're at, take a look at your settings in your site. Um, I know a lot of people who have worked very hard on their websites and like the way they do it. So I understand not switching anything. But we can definitely get out there, get your site out there for you. And then once you're out there, maintaining it's pretty easy. The big thing that a lot of people in the SEO that they don't realize is when they're out there, um, all these different directories or whatever, you have to pay attention to make sure they're not listing on a bad directory. Be penalized just as much as what's called black label or black SEO. Excuse me. Um, so you just got to make sure when you're doing SEO that you're not listing on kind of shady directories. It can be pretty hard. It can be a time consuming thing, but we're happy to help you out. Yeah, give us a call on Monday. I'll put our phone number right here in the chat box, and we can talk to see what your options are, what options you have on the site, and help you get out there further, get your SEO built up. And then once it's built up, it's very easy to maintain, once you have it up there properly, just to make sure that it's um, the correct way. You're not being penalized by Google for different things. Um, oh, so yeah, give us a call on Monday, and we'll be able to be happy to give you a free consultation. Um, See where you're at, see what you need to do, and go from there. My name's Michael Grove. I'm with Oneonta Web Design. I'm actually the owner. It's a team between my wife and me. We do everything from web and app design to SEO and email marketing. Um, so yeah, if you call, you'll probably get me. If you get my wife, just ask for me. Yeah, definitely. If you wanted to meet up, we can definitely do something like that. Again, I would just call the phone number on Monday to we can set up a time and place to meet and go from there. Right now, we don't have an office. Um, it's just one of those things that is just more overhead, and right now we don't see the need to have an office. It just costs more money, then we have to raise our prices, and we don't want to have to do that. We want to keep our prices low. We want to keep our services low, so we don't have to be like a lot of the other big companies out there that are ridiculous. Um, so we don't have an office, as we don't see the need to have one right now. But yeah, we can meet pretty much anywhere in the area if you want. All right, great. I look forward to your call. Do you have any other questions or anything? Well, I try to know what I'm doing. I'm not as good as other people out there. There's a lot better SEO specialists out there, where their job entails just doing SEO, and they go to college for it. They go to trainings every year. But I try to keep right up there on the latest things. Um, our clients are getting the best that they pay for. I don't like getting ripped off or getting low quality stuff, and I don't like doing the same to other people. And I like helping other businesses. If you don't have any other questions, I'll look forward to your call, and I'm going to end this. If anybody afterwards, it's going to be here listed right here on the same link. Shoot us an email at info@oneontawebdesign.com. If with any questions, we'll be happy to answer them. Or you can always give us a call at 607-441-6491. Or you can check out our website, oneontawebdesign.com. Thank you, Joe. And you guys have a good afternoon and have a great weekend.